చేద్దాం. So, good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, uh, even though the March is very dull period in India because of budget year end, and no companies will have budget, but in the month of March we got many offer letters, especially from the Cognizant. We got it, and Harisha, she got it from Elab Soft, right? And lot of other people also, even Abhinav, Venkat. Then we have Pratyusha. She also got one more offer in the US with 1 lakh USD dollars, right? So she was working earlier in India for almost 15 years. She's not working. She's completely housewife, and her name is Pratyusha. And she took initially SQL Server classes, and after that she joined in our Power BI classes. So she got the offer just 1 week back. She's so happy about it. So many people got into IT industry. Only thing is that because of the training, all these people they are not taking any proxies. Completely, they are preparing on their own. So even though they are failing in the interviews, but they are not worry about it, because if we fail in one interview, no problem, right? You will get a lot of learning points, and definitely we will be able to move to the next level of interview. So if you fail more, the success is also more, right? So never worry about failure. Then always I talk about Gandhiji, right? So Gandhiji is a failure candidate, and he wanted to work under British government, but British government did not give any opportunity, and somehow he got a job in South Africa. That is where he went to South Africa. He stayed there for almost 25 years. At the age of 48, he came down to India. Then he was participated in Indian freedom struggle and everything. So a failure candidate, and who does not get not a single case to discuss or success. But that kind of a people, nobody thought that, even he did not thought that he could do these many wonderful things in the freedom, right? So nobody knows, I always say that starting point is not so important for anybody in this world. So what is important? The destination is important, the ending point is important. Okay, you could be starting as a career with a simple accountant, a clerk, or a teacher, or a simply housewife, right? So you're not working anywhere, we're completely busy with the families and everything, nothing to worry. So definitely lot of opportunities are there with the proper training. Okay, so never you know uh, go to the proxies and everything, never waste your money. So take the proper gurus, proper training, and so that you will be able to get into the IT industry or whatever you could get it. So definitely will be able to get that. So that is what I wanted to tell you guys. And never worry about failures. More failures means more success yet to come. Clear? Yeah. So in the younger generation, anger is when you have more failures. That is always good. If you fail at the age of 60, there is no fun. Already you're in the retired stage, right? If you fail at the age of 20, 30, then you have much more chances, much more time also you have it, so that you can have much more success to come, much more failures also going to come. So we should not be worried about it. That is what is my point always. Okay, so the last one we are going to be discussing as part of visualizations. So visualizing tabular data, we have a table and we have matrix, right? So already we discussed when to use matrix once as part of our pivot discussions, right? Pivot and unpivot, I think we were talking as part of Power Query. So when you go back to the pivot and unpivot topic, I would have talked about matrix. But again, I'll talk about table and matrix. It is not very complex to understand, very simple. Let me open Power BI desktop, guys. Hey, Gayatri also got as a Job as a fresher in Arcadis company. Oh, congratulations, Gayatri. What is the salary they offered you? Where is this company located? Arcadis. Hmm. So what's your qualification, Gayatri? Let me open Power BI and let me close this window and load some data from AdventureWorks, retail data. And I wanted to take Chakrapani. Yeah, your video is on, just check. So customer product sales table, I wanted to have it. So let me load the data first. Now I'm talking about these two visualizations. One is called table visualization. The second one is called a matrix visualization, right? So when to use table, when to use a matrix, we should be able to discuss. And I wanted to drag and drop table and let us understand when to use table and everything. So let me drag and drop the table. I wanted to have more data. So if you click on the drag and drop a table, so table means you can showcase any kind of a data, but normally we should not. Okay, so we should not use a table visualizations. If you wanted to discuss anything, or if you wanted to show anything, you have to represent using a graphs only. Graphs means I'm talking about charts. Clear? So if you wanted to represent some data, always try to use this one, these ones, and these one only. So never go in for these two. Clear? Stable and matrix. But visualizing the data using a chart is always good. Okay? Or using a graphical representation of data is called as a visualization, right? So in the can't but situation, or if the customer wanted to create a paginated reports, for example, I cannot show you a credit card bill in the visualization format. Can I show like that? For example, every month you get a credit card bill or postpaid phone bill or a bank statement. Can you show the bank statement in a visualized manner? You will not be able to get it, right? So you will have page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, total 6 pages bank statement you will be able to receive in the mail. So that is also a report. That report is called as a paginated report. Clear? That report is called as a paginated report. So Power BI is not so good. Power BI is not so good to create those kind of a paginated reports. Clear? So normally they drag and drop a table. So in the table, they will have daily transactions. If you're using a swiping card, credit card or a debit card, so you need to have a report at the end of the month. So these are the swiping transactions you have done it. And this is the due amount. This is the total amount. And this is the due date. And lot of things have to be shown, not in the charts, or it has to be displayed only in the table and text boxes, right? So these kind of reports are called, you have a page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, you will have a page. So this kind of reports are called as paginated reports. What kind of reports I'm talking about? Paginated reports. These reports are very difficult to create in your Power BI. Power BI is not there to create a paginated reports. So SSRS we can create. Okay. To create what kind of a report? Paginated report. So normally we are going to be using what visualization? Table visualization. So this is the better visualization we're going to be using. So you'll have number of pages in that report. SSRS is good. So the best example, I have given you 2 examples. One example, what is example I have given you? Say credit card. Okay. So credit card monthly reports, right? So last month report. So how many transactions you have done at India? We are going to be getting monthly reports, right? Or last month statement will be sent in the current month, like that. If you have a postpaid bills, postpaid phone bills, and any other bills, right? I told you, bank statement you will be able to receive in your emails, especially the private banking, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, all of them are clear. So very good. Now, Gayatri got a job and she is BTech 2019 passed out, and she got as a fresher with 6 lakhs of salary package. Very good, Gayatri. So 6 lakh of salary package, November batch. So very good. So they asked a lot of SQL Server questions in the interview, and she's able to crack it. So congratulations, uh, Gayatri, and you're going to be rocking. Okay, concentrate on SQL Server forever, even though you're working for any other technology. And she's working for Arcades, I think. Arcadis. Just send me the offer letter. I wanted to see once Gayatri. Okay, 6 lakhs. Package is very good package as a fresher, and all the very best to you. Okay, very good. And they have asked a lot of sequel questions. It seems clear. So that is how she's able to crack the interview, guys. So many guys are getting the job offers. Only that you need to have the proper coaching. So if you have proper gurus and coaching, so definitely you will be able to get into good IT industry. Pavan also got in TCS as a fresher, but not joined as my trying as experienced role. Very good, Pavan. Pavan is also got. So the TCS is offering, I think, 3.5 lakhs, right? As a fresher. Okay, so that is what. Okay, so many people are can get a job next 3 years. I'm telling you, next 3 years the IT industry is going to rock like anything. In your family or in your near and dear, if you have somebody, ask them to learn at least some courses. At least let them start with the SQL Server first, and slowly they can easily get into IT industry. And we're also starting new batch from April 1st, and you would have received 8 a.m. The new batch is going to be starting every month, first or second. We're going to be starting a new batch, right? So we're going to be starting Power BA batch from April 1st, guys. And in your family, please, recommend if you have somebody. And you also post the feedback and everything in your social network and other medias. Always the the referencing your friends, that will be the always mouth to mouth marketing is always good, and you refer us, and if you feel happy about this training, right? Yeah, Vishnu, we are starting Azure batch very soon. Yeah, yeah, I'll tell you. Azure batch also, yeah. Clear. So all these reports are called as what? So postpaid phone bills, bank statement, where you will have a page number one, you have a page number two, right? So these kind of reports are called as paginated reports. These kind of reports can be created easily in SSRS, but Power BI is more towards what kind of a reports? Lot of graphs and charts, more visualizations if you wanted to have it. So what is not good? SSRS is not so good. Clear. And if you wanted to have paginated reports, what is good? SSRS is good. Clear. So you don't have much more charts and much more graphs in SSRS. SSRS means SQL Server Reporting Services, right? Part of MSBA. Now, I was talking about this. When you're clicking on this, you have only one field wells. Clear? So if you take any other pie chart or any other chart, you will be able to get a lot of other field wells. For example, I wanted to drag and drop this one. So here we have a legend, we have values, we have details, we have tooltip. So a lot of field wells are available in the pie chart. But let me remove the pie chart. If I go to a table, so you have only one field well. So here you will be able to drag and drop. If it is a dimension, we can drag and drop here. If it is a fact also, you should be able to drag and drop everything here only. Clear? So normally we are going to be using a dimensions and facts, right? So what is a dimension? Dimension is a textual data. Fact is a numerical data where you can perform aggregations on top of the fact data. So in this only, you will be able to drag and drop lot of dimension columns, lot of fact columns. Clear? You don't have anything else here. So that is what, okay, if you wanted to create a paginated reports or a table report, so I wanted to create a, customer ID wise. So customer key, you can drag and drop it. So I go here and I wanted to have a customer key here. And on top of that, so don't summarize. Then I have a customer first name, I wanted to have it, and customer region, I wanted to have it, and what are the products he bought it. And you should be able to get product names. What are the products he got it? So everything you can drag and drop. So this is the product name. And what, John is the guy from this region. He got this product. And when the product is been sold, you can get order data as well here. You should be able to get the date. So we don't need all these things. We simply need the order date. Okay. So order date, we need it. So where is the order date? So order date is here. Let me convert this as a order date only, right? So order date, we can have it. And what is the amount, the sales amount he paid? So let me drag and drop the sales amount. So this is the sales amount he paid. And what is the tax also he paid, right? If you wanted to create this kind of a report, you should be able to create a beautiful report like this. This is what is called paginated reports or a table report. So all the dimensions and all the facts, you should be able to drag and drop it. If you wanted to bring something down, you can bring something down. So customer key region, or if you wanted to take something, product name, if you wanted to take it here, you will be able to bring the region down and the product name is up. So like that, you can adjust the columns, whatever you wanted to have it. Clear? So nothing more than, already you know what is a table and everything, right? So let me click on this. You don't have anything else. You don't have anything else. So you can have, how you wanted to show the table, different styles are available. Before that, let me simply go here and I wanted to create a visual border and shadow. And if you wanted to create a title for this, titles and everything will you can create it, already discussed. Styles, what kind of a styles? Default style is there. I wanted to have bold header. So this is what is a style. I wanted to have alternate row colors. Like that, you will be able to get alternating row colors. This is also one more interview question. How do you give alternative row colors in a table? There is a property under style presentation. This is the interview question in SSRS. Every time we used to get. So what is the question? The question is, how do you get? How do you get alternate? Okay, alternating row color. So how do you get in Power BI in the table? In the table, this is the interview question. How do you get alternating row color in the table? So there is a property called, what is the property? Click on this, go to properties window, go to where style presents alternating rows. Okay, so this is the one, and contrast alternating rows like this. So alternating rows, whatever you wanted to have it, you should be able to get it, right? So you just simply go there. All of them, you should be able to easily, work with alternating contrast. Contrast means very dark in this one. Okay. Then we have a flashy rows, different styles. Like that, it is going to be flash and different style, and bold header and flashy rows. So then we have sparse. This is one kind of a style. It wanted to show a columns in black color and grand totals are available in this color, right? So like that, whatever you wanted to have, let me remove region and order date, something like that. I would like to delete it. And the product name also, I wanted to delete it. So this is my table. So at the end, you're going to be getting grand total. And we have this. So if you see carefully, this is divided into three. This is what is called column names or column headers. Okay, this is what is called a column header, and this is what is called, column footer or grand totals. Okay, grand totals, and this is what is called a body, right? So whatever you wanted, this is what is a body, or this is what is called a grid or something. There are different names. This is what is also grid. Okay, so body, grid. So if you wanted to give any formatting options, where you wanted to give, you wanted to give in the header, you can go to the header. If you wanted to give in the footer, footer means this is the grand totals. If you wanted to hide this, you can also hide this. You want to you don't want to display this. Lot of settings, increase the font, lot of things you should be able to do it with the help of all these things. Clear? So now I wanted to go back to the formatting properties, and the first one, sparse and condensed. So like that, you will be able to see lot of grids and everything, lot of the lines you are able to see. That is what is called this is, or you can go to the default mode. Clear? So now I told you grid, values, and column headers. Okay, so what is a column header? Column header means, I told you, this is what is called a column header. If you wanted to modify something here, so this is where you have to modify it. Okay, so these are the totals. If you wanted to modify something here, you have to modify here. So this is what is called a grid or a body. If you wanted to modify something here, you have to go there and modify, right? So these values, if you wanted to modify, increase the font, so values are available. So these values are, these are data points. All of them you can modify. So whatever you wanted to do it, all of them can be done, and you can change, you can modify, you can increase, decrease, alternating row colors. A lot of things you should be able to, work with the table. Now, I wanted to click on the table first and go to a column headers. So column header is a 10. Now I wanted to bring it to 15. Only column header got increased, or make it to 13, right? I wanted to have the text color into this kind of a color. I would like to have it. Only the column header is going to be modified. Have you seen this? Now it is column header. Now I want to have, like this, or like this column headers. I would like to display like this, whatever you wanted to have it. So this is what is this one. Then we have, auto size. And if you wanted to give the border bottom only, or if you wanted to give left only, top only, or top and the bottom, so you will be able to get the lines. Have you seen the lines? So top and the bottom. So frame, if you wanted to get, you will get a frame. So whatever you want to have it. So right only, left only. So right, you will be able to get one line, right? So whatever you wanted to get it, bottom only. So wherever you wanted to get it. So all these things are self-explanatory, that you will be able to do it. So this is what is called column header. So that is what we were discussing. If you wanted to work with the totals, then you need to go, and if you don't need a grand total, switch off. Okay, if you don't need a grand total at the end, you switch off. Clear? Where is that option available? That is available as part of your values. And if you wanted to make it on, you should be make it on. So what is the column name? Total. You can say grand total. So like that, you should be able to mention whatever you wanted to have it. So whatever you wanted to give, the same thing is going to come here. Grand totals. There is a spelling issue, right? Now you wanted to have this in the some other color, you will be able to get background also. You wanted to have something like this. Okay, so background color, and the border for this also, you wanted to give some top only, right only, left only, whatever you wanted to give, you should be able to give. Okay, so if you wanted to work with a specific column, so you can apply to specific column, apply to header, apply to total, apply to values. So all of them are the self-explanatory. You will be able to get it self, the cell alignment, where you wanted to display this value, in middle, in the left, in the right. So all of them, you should be able to, do it. And these are for the totals. Okay, now I wanted to go to the grid. So what is the grid? Grid means, I told you. So this is what is called a grid, right? So color, I wanted to have, different colors. The lines, horizontal grid means lines, colors that you wanted to have it. Now vertical grids, okay, vertical grids, if you wanted to have it, you can have horizontal and vertical grid, and within that you can have different border colors, different this color. So this is a vertical grid, this is a horizontal grid. You can have any other colors, means you should be able to change all the colors and everything. Yeah, am I clear? So this is what is called a grid. And you have borders, if you wanted to give some borders. So where are the borders? Let me check the borders. So anywhere you have the border at the end, I think it is giving, we are not able to see anything. So we have again lot of options, row padding, right? So global font size, I would like to increase the font size. So when you increase the font size within the grid, the font is getting increased. Clear? So or within or everything. So global means entire table is going to be getting modified. Okay, so not only this, so the complete, I think only this portion or the upper portion also getting modified. Let me work on this. It is not going. Okay, only the this data is getting increased. Okay, and this data also getting increased. So this is the font size, and only the column names are not getting increased, and the totals are getting increased, and the font is also getting increased. And within the values, okay, if you don't want to touch this, don't touch this. And the values, so these are the values, these are the grid values, right? If you wanted to increase this font, you will be able to increase that font. Okay, you should be able to increase that font. So that is what is the grid color, the within the grid, whatever be the value that is there, that you can increase and decrease, right? You have the text color, and you have the background color, alternative text also. So this row is in the black color font, this I wanted to have in the some other color font. Okay, so like that you should be able to have different colors. So alternative row color, alternate font color also you can have it. Alternate background, one is white, one is silver color. I wanted to change this to something else, right? So one is this color, one is that color, alternative. So lot of things are available here. So you should be able to perform these operations based on your interest and everything. Am I clear? So outline color, if you wanted to have it, you should be able to get this kind of outline colors. Lot of settings are there. We need to just understand what is that we wanted to have it. Clear? So in the titles, if you wanted to give, you can give the title height, the width. So I wanted to have 550, all of them we have discussed. This is also 550. So you will get a square box, right? So all these things, the position, all these things we discussed, but these are the things that you have to practice, and very simple thing, not a very complex thing, right? You can also font color. So based on some condition, you will be able to perform conditional operations, right? So for example, if the you can write lot of conditions, right? So if the uh, sum based on the sales amount we have, right? So based on this amount, if the sum is greater than 0 to let us say 0 to 1000, okay, you will be able to show the font in this color or in the red color, right? You can have one more rule, right? So 0 to 1000 or 0 to 10,000, okay, and 10,000 to percentage, it is not percentage a number. So 10,000 to let us say 50,000 or unlimited. I'm putting lot of numbers. I wanted to have everything in the a green color. So something like this, I wanted to have it. Okay. So I want to have it, click on this. So depends upon the data, you will be able to font color will get increased. Where is that? Applies to cell alignment, cell settings. Where is that? It got. So everything is below 10,000 only. So we did not get this. So you should be able to write this kind of a background color, front color. This is what is called conditional formatting, right? So you should be able to write all these conditions. And icons, if you wanted to have some icons, for example, I wanted to display the sales amount based on sales amount. Along with this, I wanted to have some icons. Okay, so you can simply go and click on the icons, and what kind of icons you wanted to have it. If it's 0 to 3%, I would like to have the icon like this. If it is 33 to this one, or 0 to 40% or 50%, this is a red color icon, I would like to have it. Okay, and if it is 50% to, let us say, 80%, now it is 80% to 100%, like that. You can have different colors. You will be able to get some values over there. Okay, so if you wanted to show as part of a customer key, and I don't want to show it in the customer key, I would like to show as part of sales amount, right? So let me just go there and put this off, and let me go to a sales amount. I wanted to write data bars also. What do you mean by data bar? So when you click on this, based on the value, this kind of a bars you will be able to get it, right? So people can easily understand which bar is more, so that the sales is more. So you can just increase the font. You can have different colors and everything. So like that, the bars are going to be created automatically. Data bars you can give. Then if you wanted to give some icons, these are the icons you can go based on the value. So you can just mention some values over there. Go to FX, and you can put some percentages and everything, or the numbers, whatever you wanted to have it. So all these are very simple. If you wanted to give some URLs, okay, so you can also give some URLs. So click on this, it is going to be pointing to some web page. So that is also fine. Okay, so not very important, but so just practice once and leave it. So this is what is the table I'm talking about. Right now, I wanted to have one more table here. Yeah. See, can we use means you need to do Raju. So all of them you need to practice. Can we, how to do that? You need to practice, right? If I say yes, if I say no, you don't know, right? You need to practice that. Now, I wanted to okay, now I wanted to have, that is the point I'm trying to arrive. So here, if I wanted to have some grouping data, what kind of a grouping data? For example, let me just go there and somebody is asking about grouping. Let me give you, let me take a table. Okay, let me take a table. I wanted to have region wise. So where is the region? Region wise. And within the region, I wanted to have the year wise or the product category wise, something like that. Okay, so I wanted to have the product category wise, year wise, product category wise. So I wanted to have the sales amount. Okay, I want to have the sales amount. So if I show you some data, because in the central category, we have 3 to 4 categories. Again, we have East category, we have 3 to 4 categories. What are the categories? Accessories, bikes, and clothing. So instead of showing this kind of a data, the better, you cannot have a grouping and anything here. If you wanted to create a group and keep all the data and rotate these columns. So how to rotate these columns? So the same data we will be able to show in the matrix format. So here, so grouping something and showing subtotals, lot of things you cannot have it. Let me drag and drop a matrix over there. Some videos on, just check. So whose video is on? Let me drag and drop a matrix over there. So matrix also will have same, some videos is on, right? Who's that guy? Guys, just check. Yeah, so let me drag and drop a matrix over there, and I wanted to have same data. What is the data we wanted to have? We have a region wise, category wise name, right? So we have a region wise, category and a wise name. So when you go here, you will be able to have rows and columns and values. Okay, what is the value? Sales amount. Sales amount can come here, and rows and columns you can have region and category name. So where is the region? So region category name you can just have it here, and the region you will be able to have it there. Now you see the difference between the table report and the matrix report. So this is the category called accessories, bikes, blah, blah, blah. And you will be able to get a beautiful a grand total. So all these things, what is the total bikes and what is the total accessories and what is the total of central, what is the total of east, what is the total of north, what is the total of south. If you wanted to have this kind of a data, definitely tables are not so good. So this is what is called a matrix data. I told you convert this is a row, this is a row, convert row into column, or this is a row, convert row into columns, columns into rows. Clear? So now you go, let me remove, let me keep the region here and keep the category over there, right? So if you wanted to create this kind of a report, then definitely instead of creating a table report, matrix report are good. So matrix means you wanted to show the data in the x-axis and the y-axis. That is what I told you. You just visit my pivot concept as part of our query. I would have spoken about matrix. So this is also called as a matrix report, or it is also called as a pivoting report. Okay, or it is also called as a cross tab report. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఈ రిపోర్ట్ ఏమంటారు? క్రాస్ ట్యాబ్ రిపోర్ట్. సో పివట్ రిపోర్ట్, మ్యాట్రిక్స్ రిపోర్ట్, క్రాస్ ట్యాబ్ రిపోర్ట్. When are we going to use the pivot report or the cross tab report? The answer is, so not every time. So not every time. For example, so now, for example, I go to page number 1. I have, let me, customer name, customer sales amount, and tax amount. This kind of a data you will not be able to show in the matrix. So where exactly we are going to be using a matrix means I told you already, but let me show you once again. For example, I have a car model number. I told you this example, right? Year number and what is the sales amount, something like this. We have some figures. This is a car sales data. I have it, right? So you can say model called Ford car 2010, or you can say East region. So this is the region. Let me take that. Okay. Region. And the sales is, let us say, $12,000 million. Okay. Ford. And we have East and West. Let me take only these two. And we have $10,000 million. Like we have BMW and same East and West. Okay, same East and West. This is only $5,600 billion and $3,400 billion. So I have some data like this. This data is called as a car sale. This is simply a table data. Now, instead of showing this kind of a data like this, what you do, you create a model and you convert this as a column, or you can convert this as a column. Anything is fine. You can take one thing and put it here, and the Ford car, you will be able to get it here. Ford car 12,000 here and 10,000 here. So definitely people, then you have a BMW car. So this, the sales is this much, and this, the sales is this much. Clear? So definitely instead of creating a table, so the better, if you're a manager, you wanted to see this kind of a report, not this kind of a report, right? Because you can easily compare the value like this. Comparing, if you wanted to compare this value to that value, it is very easy. So comparing from, one is the top row, one more is the bottom row. Comparing is always a difficult. So whenever you have this kind of a data, don't create a table. Always you have to use what is called as a matrix format. This will give you a much more readability. This is what is called a pivot report. It is also called as a cross tab report. So convert row into column. So this is what is called a pivot. So when you have some data like this, so this data is a column and a column, you make it to a row. So this is what is called unpivot operation. Clear? So I don't want to do that. If somebody gives me data like this, I wanted to convert and show the data like this. Okay. So this kind of a pattern has to be there. For example, if you have one more car, let us say Benz car. Okay. Benz car I have only for the west and we have a 1200. So that is also fine. You will be able to get a Benz car and no sales here and it will be 1200 because we have only one item. So no mention about this. Clear? So this is what is called about clear. So this is how you should be able to understand what is a table and what is a matrix. Not all the data can become a matrix data or a pivot data. I would have told you this example: employee ID, employee name, right? And employee salary. So employee ID 1, John salary 12,000, and let me say Ravi's salary, let us say 23,000. So this kind of a data always is a table data only. It is not a matrix data. So you have same kind of a pattern: Ford and Ford, East and West, BMW, East and West. This is a pattern. Okay. So when you can convert one column value into like this, right? So either you can convert a Ford here, a BMW here, and Benz here, and row will be East and West. So convert one column data so that you will be able to create a pivot report. When you have this kind of a data, then only we can get it. So what is the problem in the table? I will not be able to get what is the East. So what is the East wise sales? I will be able to get like this. What is the West sales? I will be able to get like this. What is the Ford sales? I will be able to get like this grand total. So what is the BMW sales? What has happened? So like that, you will be able to get auto sum. Something is not happening in Excel. Okay. So I can get, what is the grand total, subtotals and everything. You will be able to get it in the matrix, but you don't get the subtotals. You will get only the grand total, right? So matrix report always good. So if you wanted to deal with what kind of a data, so always if you have this kind of a data, matrix reports are always good rather than showing the data in the table level. For example, I have region wise. Instead of a region, I wanted to have a year wise also. Where to get the year? So remove and go to the order date and you will be able to get the hierarchy. Drag and drop a year number. So 2005 sales, 6 sales, or I wanted to remove the region and I wanted to get the color. Or I wanted to have within the color wise, or within the category wise. Now, after that, within the subcategory, can I drag and drop one more value? If I drag and drop one more value, you will be able to get it. Now, what will happen? Let me tell you. Can I drag and drop one more value here? So, category wise, subcategory wise, if you see carefully, it is created a drilling down report. Okay. So where is the drilling down option? So you can easily understand when you click on this. So within the accessories, this is the category. Within the accessories, subcategory is this. Within the bikes, these are the subcategories. And the clothing like that. So within the year, I wanted to have a quarter. So drag and drop the quarter. Within the quarter, I will be able to get the month. So you will be able to have horizontally, you can have drilling down and drilling up. Horizontally, you can have drilling down and drilling up. So everything will be possible here. Everything will be possible here. You can expand. So what is that you wanted to expand? So you want to expand columns or rows. So whatever you want to have quarter level, then you have what? This one. So I wanted to expand only rows. Okay, let me go up. Now it will expand the rows. Clear? So that is what you can have it. So what is that you need to drill on? So that kind of options are available. So you can have, x-axis and y-axis, both of them can be enabled for drilling down in the matrix report. That is a very, very beautiful report that you can create and very, very easily. Clear? So you have rows and columns and values. So can I drag and drop one more fact value? So let me drag and drop profit also. Values are there. Let me drag and drop one more profit. You should be able to get it. So there is no tooltip available here. There is no tooltip available here. So you should be able to get sales amount and profit. Sales amount and profit. You can also drag and drop multiple dimensions in the row and the columns. Columns and rows should have only the dimension values. Okay. So the values column where you can have single fact value or multiple fact values. So this is what is called a matrix and a table. Clear? Now R and Python, whatever key influences, this I never used it. So this recently got added. So just leave it. So R and Python, we will not, use it. Even though we have 36 visualizations, you take any better visualizations, maximum out of 36 visualizations, only 10 to 15 visualizations are used. So that also from this row and this row and this row max. Clear? So these rows are very, very less. So don't concentrate on all of them are much. Clear? Already we discussed all of them. So 10 to 15. So they'll ask you, what are the visualizations you have used? You can say column chart, bar chart, stacked chart, or you can say, line chart, pie chart, donut chart, a tree map. So gauge chart, so map chart, all these much more sufficient for you to crack the interview. And one more important, R and Python is not at all important for us because it is for the data science people if they wanted to predict something. So machine learning algorithms and everything, if you wanted to predict it, you should be able to use an R and Python. So decomposition tree also I never use it. So forget about it. So this is what is very, very important. One more Q&A. So you can ask a question. So when you double click on this, so automatically you will be able to get a Q&A, right? Or you can also simply go and click on this. So either you click on this. Now here you should be able to ask a question. You should be able to ask a question. So what is the question you would like to ask? Now ask a question. So how to go about it? You have to simply go and select, or you can double click on this surface. When you double click on the surface, you will be able to get this. Now ask the question, what is the total sales amount? That's it. What is the total sales amount? So this is the total sales amount. Now you click on this and it will convert a card visualization. Have you seen this? Now, when you drag and drop, so let me go to this and give all the properties. Go to effects. Now give the border and shadow. Now you drag and drop a card visualization and drag and drop the sales amount. You will be able to get the same thing, right? So like that you can create. Now double click on this and here and region wise. Okay. So you can ask a question, region wise sales amount. Okay. In pie chart. Sales amount in the pie chart. Okay. Na? So press enter. That customer, what is that? It is telling me. So you can ask whatever you want to have it. Region wise sales amount. It is giving you a table. I don't want to have like this and remove it. So you should be able to ask whatever be the question. The question is going to be giving you this. Okay. So region wise sales amount. Amount in pie chart. See, automatically you got the pie chart. You have to simply go and convert into normal chart. So without doing anything, you ask a question automatically, which is going to be giving you some kind of a visualization. Now I wanted to double click on this. Now I say I wanted to say year wise. Okay, year wise sales amount. Sales amount. Let me see automatically, which is giving you a line chart. Convert here. Now, whenever it sees the date and time field, automatically you will be able to get this chart. Okay. So, and you have to go enable data labels and everything. So that is how you should be able to use Q and A. Q and A is very, very interesting. So any non-IT people can drag and drop and they can write the question, right? So that is what is the beauty about it. Now, I want you to anything. So total number of orders you wanted to know. How many orders? Okay, so double click on this. Now, total number of orders. We did not understand your question. And total number of sales or something. So total number of sales. Okay, total number of orders is 27.66 orders. Count of sales order number. Clear? So like that, you will be able to ask the right question. It is going to be, can show you whatever you wanted to have it. All these things are, Q and A, right? So these are pretty much important thing. And smart narrative, I never use it. It can also give you some narratives, I think. Let me delete it. So it is creating a text box. Narrative means nothing else. Let me just go there, and narrative means it is creating a text box. You can drag and drop some text box. I think you will be able to give some information about this. So east at the highest sales amount followed by southwest, blah, blah, blah. It can give you some information about this. When you go here and click on this smart narrative, it can tell you some information about this. Okay. Some storytelling. Sales amount trended up, resulting in increase between this and this year. Sales amount started trending upon blah, blah, blah. Okay, na? Behind the scenes, data science, machine learning algorithms are being used. Clear? So all of them, you can have it. You can create a 2 charts, and one chart you can use it for storytelling. One chart you can use it for showing the data. Okay, na? So like that, you can have it. Page generated report. That's what I told you, right? So Power BI is not so good to create a page generated reports. You will get a page by page report. So do we have any page generated reports? We don't have, but we can create a lot of page generated reports in the SSRS that you can link if you want to link it. Clear? So that is what is the page generated reports, and Power BI is not so good. And this is the maps. This is a customized map, and we have Power Apps. So we're not discussing Power Apps and other stuff. And Power Automate. So we never have these options. So whatever we have discussed, these are important for you to implement as part of Power View. You will get barely some 5 questions in the interview. So the first question will be, so what kind of a reports you have created, what kind of a visualizations you have created, right? And what kind of a the format settings you have used, how to get the alternative row color, how do you get alternative font color, this color, all these things can be used. And Vishnu Kumar says Power BI builder also. Yes, Power BI builder or any report builder you can use to create a page generated reports. There is a Power BI builder. So I did not install, but there is a software called Power BI builder. Using that, you should be able to create a paginated reports. But paginated reports are not very, useful because people wanted to have more visualizations. So how do you create a paginated report? Means you can say you can create in the Power BI, but using a Power Builder software. Okay, so Power Builder software is there to create a paginated reports, or you can go in for SSRS to create what kind of a report? Paginated reports. Example, I told you what? Credit card monthly bills and postpaid phone bills. All these are page by page. You have to show the data in the table format. Okay. Power Builder software you can use, and SSRS also you can use. So not very important. Forget about it. So Power Apps. So I never discussed this. We don't have Power Apps. So I never worked with that. Okay, so different apps are there where I think you should be able to, call this visualization part of those apps. I think that is what is my guess, but I never, worked with. So whatever we have discussed, that is more than sufficient for you to understand. So tomorrow we'll discuss about few more, content. So that content is, so binning and sorting. Okay. So what is a binning and sorting? This is important. And we have bookmark and selection pan. So these are the two things that we have to discuss. Binning and sorting, bookmark and selection pan. Very easy topics. So we'll continue tomorrow in that. So if you have any questions, you can ask. So you will get hardly some 5 questions from this topic. Concentrate much more on always SQL Server. So Vijay Bhaskar Reddy asking how to make a column static in a table visualization. For example, person-wise target should not change when we want to see the date-wise performance of all employees. So can you elaborate more on this? I don't have time. So tomorrow you ask me. So if we how to make column static in the table visualization. For example, person-wise target should not change when we want to see the date-wise performance. So is it only table or can we use any other visualization, Vijay Bhaskar? So just, tomorrow you ask me so that let us understand this in the more and we can create. So better if you wanted to create something, the better understand the question. Okay. So tomorrow we'll discuss about this in the starting point itself so that I can also understand your question and we can elaborate more. Chalo. Any other questions, guys? So Vishnu Kumar Singh, KPI visual, you can use it. Think okay. So okay, we'll discuss. Chalo. Okay. Thank you, guys.